Hello you guys, welcome to my channel again. I wanted to do a little video, like a vlog of the weekend, of how I study 3 languages. Yeah, so actually I was literally just studying and I forgot I wanted to make this video. So that's fun. I literally did not record any of that, but I literally recently did Korean. I did like 2 comprehensible input videos from Korea. I really like her videos for comprehensible input. I also went over Sino-Korean numbers because my tutor got on me about that and she was like, come to the next class knowing those numbers. She did not say it like that, but that's how it felt in my heart. And yeah, I was just going over a podcast I listened to in Spanish the other day from Chilean Spanish podcast. I'm talking really fast because I have class in 2 minutes. I just got really carried away, y'all. Really carried away. So yeah, I was just taking notes because I am going to start actually using podcasts, like actually using the transcriptions that they come with. So yeah, I think it'd be a really good way to like make my vocabulary better because I haven't been very happy with, okay, I am like in a really weird place because I am genuinely happy with where I'm at in Spanish and I know I'm growing. I'm just doing it very slowly. And like I had these ideas for grammar and stuff that I would be doing this year and like it's been consistent, but it's been very, very slow. Like I'm talking like once or twice a month. Like we're doing it once or twice a month, but once or twice a month is not a lot. That being said, I'm also in a reading slump, so I haven't even been really reading the way I like to, and I love reading for vocabulary and grammar, so that doesn't help. But anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get myself ready for this class in 1 minute.
Hola,
Hola.
¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y vos?
Muy bien también, muchas gracias. Te tengo que contar que al final adoptamos una perrita.
Oh, ¿en serio? So these are just some vocab notes from the podcast I listened to a few days ago. The truth is that I listen to podcasts all the time and genuinely I love them. And then I'm always like learning new words and these types of things. And in the moment I'm like, mental no, I won't forget that. And then of course I forget it. Actually, right after I tell myself I'm not going to forget it. So yeah, I decided to look at the transcript of that last podcast I listened to from Chilean Spanish podcast and just take some notes on it. And then yeah, I have some notes from my last Korean class. And here y'all can see how absolutely messy my notes are. Like I am not a cute note taker at all. Yeah. We went over Sino-Korean numbers. Definitely not my favorite thing in the world. I'm not a fan of learning numbers, and I think this is the hard part about taking classes is that it is very textbooky. She said that I need to like practice these numbers. And I remember whenever I learned numbers in Spanish, it was just a gradual, the more input I got, the more obvious numbers became, like genuinely. And yeah, so I'm kind of not learning like that with Korean. Like I am kind of like drilling these numbers a little bit. Like I've just been finding like random, like, because it helps as well. It's just not my favorite way to learn, but at the same time I'm learning. So, and I'm keeping up with it. So, you know, I'm complaining a little bit, but it's okay. But yeah, I've just been doing like random like quizzes online for these Sino-Korean numbers because and it's like they're so easy. Like don't let me confuse you guys. They are so easy. It's just like I don't even like numbers in English. Like I don't like anything that has to do with like counting. Like I don't want to count. I don't want to see numbers. I don't like them. Unfortunately, that's how my brain works. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But I am done with Korean for today. I've already done 2 comprehensible input videos. I've practiced Sino-Korean numbers. My Spanish class did not go well. I think I'm tired. I'm saying it did not go well. It did go well, but I was not happy with my output today. It was just like a lot of me thinking, and I hate when that happens. Like I've definitely gotten to a point where I can speak a lot more fluently. And whenever I say fluently, I mean it like in the classic sense. Like no, like I'm not at a fluent level, but I mean fluently as in like less thinking, more getting the ideas out, fluid, you know? But today that wasn't really happening. And I think it's just because I am exhausted, you guys. I didn't mention it, but I did French this morning. That's kind of my thing. French, first thing in the morning, like I roll over to my side, get my phone up, and look at French. Comprehensible input videos. That's what I do with my mornings before I get ready for anything. The rest of my day is for Spanish, and then like I'll do Korean in like the afternoons, late afternoons, going into evening, sometimes at night. So yeah, that's where we're at. Oh, that's my new yoga mat, BT dubs. I got it for $8.50. But anyways, yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of take a break.
Too much, but I don't care. Decide who they're interested in and who they're not. And I am not going to have have my reputation in that department tarnished.
Hi, you guys. It is Saturday morning officially. I'm so tired. I did not do anything last night. I said I would be back. I was just done. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was just done. But some things I want to go over. Yesterday for Spanish, I did listen to an episode of Leve podcast, and I also listened to an episode of Español del Sur. So that was good. But yeah, I already did French this morning. I watched a video from French Happens. So yeah, it's actually gonna be a really busy day. So I don't actually know how much language learning we're gonna get done, but that's kind of the point, to see how realistically I get in learning 3 languages, especially during the weekend. So yeah, French is already checked off for the day. Now all that leaves is Spanish, and we will see if I get around to Korean. I don't know. Fingers crossed. We shall see.
A muchos les cuesta mucho levantarse y más aún hacer deporte a primera hora, así que por supuesto esta clase la puedes hacer en cualquier momento, inhalando atrás y exhalando hacia adelante.
Del Albo campeón, ahí se pasan todas las penas.
La wea llorando.
O salir con los amigos ahí a un buen...
Alright, you guys, so I'm officially back home. We were out for a few hours. It is so sunny outside, like I'm so drained. So I'm gonna like take a moment to like calm down a little bit. And then we're gonna get right into Spanish, because I actually did start listening to a little bit of Leve podcast when I was we were driving, but I didn't finish the episode. So we will see. We will see what I'm in the mood for. But yeah, so hectic first part of the day, but the day's not over yet. We still have time. So I'm going to be a little bit productive, but I need a moment, genuinely, because I'm so tired right now.
La cinta, aquí tiene la colita tan linda y aquí en el pie tiene escrito Monchichi, no sé si se alcanza a ver. Es preciosa, preciosa. Y luego no dice 1.8-2.8/9.4 Me recuerda un poco a los otros. Hoy no me pinté los labios. Bueno, me recuerda un poco a los otros. No sé si han visto esa película. Esa es de mis películas favoritas. Actúa... Es como un gatito pulpo. Ya, obviamente no es original. O sea, esto me salió como 1.300 pesos, pero está bonito igual.
이름이 참 원초적인 친구를 뒀네.
Alright, you guys, good morning. It is literally like 6 a.m. on a Sunday. I do not sleep in, partly because I can't anymore, and secondly because I always have stuff to do literally every morning. It does not matter if it's a weekend or not. Today's fun though. I am going to a mat Pilates class, and I need to leave in like 30 minutes. So I am going to do a little bit of French to start off my day like usual, get my French out the way, and yeah, I'm tired. I actually slept a lot. I went to sleep pretty early last night, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Ensemble. Vous et moi. Ensemble. Travailler. Pour travailler. J'utilise mon ordinateur pour travailler.
All right, you guys, hello. I am back from Pilates. It was a really, really good class. I'm so tired. So that's why I'm on the floor. Because if I get into the bed, I just am going to lay there and I'll probably put on my K-drama and I will just relax, which is not the idea. I still need to do Korean today. I did start Spanish a little bit. I started an episode of Leve podcast yesterday, but I only watched a half of it, so I'm going to finish the other half today. Right now I want to read though, because I've been trying to read at night, and then night comes and then I'm just like out of it, so I don't ever read. So I have this book. We're reading her first because it's been a while since I've picked her up. I've been reading this for months, and that is to say though, like I was kind of between this book and another book that I had on Libby, and you know, once I got that book off hold on Libby, I had to make a sacrifice, so that was why it's taken me so long for this book. But yeah, this is my Spanish read lately. It's okay. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's not bad either. Like, I don't hate it. I'm just not in love with it. Also, I'm reading this book right now. This is my English read. So I want to do like 30 minutes of both. So I'm probably just going to like put on like some music, like a 30-minute timer, and just focus on that for right now. That being said, I already did a little bit of cleaning. Today is my cleaning day, Sundays. And yeah, later on, me and my sister, like literally every Sunday we do like a video call study group for languages. So like she'll like do Portuguese and I usually do Korean. So I'll do Korean during that time later on today. It's usually for like an hour or so. So yeah, so far so good. I actually also have a grammar class tonight in Spanish with my grammar tutor. So that will be good, but it's literally not until like the evening. So I have a lot of time until then. So I'm going to try to be productive and not lay down and just waste my time, because I've been doing a lot of that lately. My 30 minutes of reading both of the books are done. Sitting on the floor was definitely the best idea because I'm a little bit tired. But anyways, I do want to talk about it a little bit. Well, especially this book in particular. So yeah, I've been reading A Court of Thorns and Roses in Spanish, which obviously is a very, very popular book. So I really don't want to talk about it too much because it's literally all over social media in the book spaces. But yeah, I was actually not very interested in this book, but I have a friend and I have my sister who were like, you should read it, you should read it. So I was like, okay, I'll read it in Spanish. So far, it's not that it's bad. It's not even, I would just say it's so slow. And so I think in English I would have dropped this already. But since I'm reading it in Spanish, it does make it a little bit more interesting for me just because I'm learning a lot of new vocabulary. I'm paying attention to grammar structures. So for that reason, it's really good, especially because it uses a lot of subjunctive and not just like plain subjunctive, but the other subjunctive that has like a really long name that I don't remember at all, but it has a long name that starts with a P. It uses like a lot of that. So I think it's also been good for that reason. And yeah, it's not really my typical style. So that also explains why I'm going through it so slowly. But I don't hate it, I have to be honest. It is quite interesting, but not like, I definitely don't think it deserves the hype. I'm not done yet. But I would say a book that's still not that interesting this much in is not worth the hype. But that's just me. I am going to go ahead and start getting prepared for Korean. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my notes ready. I'm gonna be doing the study group chat with my sister here in a few minutes. So yeah, I'm just gonna get prepared for that. Today for Korean, I'm gonna watch probably like 2 comprehensible input videos, and I'm going over Sino-Korean numbers. I just wanna be prepared for my next class. I really want to be prepared for my next class. Like that's like the most important thing for me, is that I do not want her to clock me for not having studied. Like, ma'am, I studied. I've not seen you 2 weeks. I studied, I promise. That's really what I'm worried about right now. But yeah, so that's gonna be the bulk of it. And then depending on how much time I've left, I will start doing Spanish. I am for Spanish the rest of the day. I still need to get in a little bit of input. And then yeah, in my class later, obviously I'll do some grammar and I'll get to do some speaking practice. But yeah, I haven't really done any input. Oh, also, I wanted to mention this because I thought it was so cute. In the video I watched yesterday from Paula Suru, she went over, like she showed her Monchichi collection, which I loved so bad. But she said one thing that like really stood out to me. Because she was like, they're low-key kind of like creepy, and that's why she likes them. And I'm like, same. I don't know. I just love things that are so weird, I guess. And it reminds me of like the Labubu thing, because everybody's like, oh, Labubus are so ugly. Like, they're so ugly. Like, how can people like them? And it's like, maybe that's the point. Maybe that's the point. I don't know. There's something about things that are a little bit creepy and like a little bit cute and maybe like a little bit ugly that I enjoy. I love Monchichis. For me, they're just adorable. I don't know. I love them so bad. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself all set up for the study sesh.
재료 뭐예요? 그럼 시작할까요?
Okay, guys, so I just watched 2 videos from Daily Korean with Jadim. I think that's the full name. It was actually so good. In the last one that I watched, she actually like went over like money and like counting in Korean, which is great because that is exactly what I'm gonna do next. I've been working on Sino-Korean numbers and I feel pretty confident with 1 through 10 and then like counting up from that because it's pretty straightforward. But I still cannot remember very well like if we were talking about like counting money, because in Korea the numbers are just a lot bigger. It's kind of like using pesos in a lot of places. So it's like 10,000 won, 100,000 won, like that. And those are a little bit more difficult for me to remember because I'm not very used to having to count that high in Korean. So yeah, I'm just gonna find like a quiz online or something like that to practice, and yeah. Okay, you guys, so genuinely speaking, I'm tired now. I just spent a good amount of time going over the Sino-Korean numbers. I have them here. I really made a point to like go over bigger numbers this time. So yeah, I ended up taking this part and like writing it online and sending it to my tutor. And she actually already replied. So that was cool. She said I got everything right. So yeah. So I'm officially done with Korean today. French is done. Korean is done. Now all that we are left with is Spanish, which I am going to look over some of my Spanish notes from... I do kind of want to go over another transcript, but I'm not going to do that because I am going to be getting new notes later today in my class. I am just going to look over the notes that I took for my podcast transcript like 2 days ago. And yeah, I'm just going to do some input and we are chilling for now. Y'all, having to think in numbers like really has tired me out, and I was already tired. I don't know, there's just something about Korean numbers. But I think it's always like that, like no matter what the language is. And I know at one point in my life, like I'm so used to Spanish now, like especially like counting in Spanish, that it feels like nothing. But there was definitely a point in my life where I was like, oh my god, counting in Spanish is like one of the worst things I've ever had to do. That's where I'm at with Korean right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just do some light review. Genuinely, I mean, it's really just phrases and I kind of already remember them all. I just want to make sure, you know, it's really in my mind. And then yeah, it's gonna be input time. So I have my grammar class in literally 2 minutes. I started getting input. I did. And then I stopped midway. I got distracted trying to finally edit this video that has been literally horrible trying to edit. I cannot wait to get this video uploaded and done. And then I don't know what I'm gonna do about my editor, y'all, because I finally learned how to fix the way that my video was coming in weird, like the color being so saturated. I don't even know if like brightened, I think is the best way to explain it. I finally learned how to fix that. But that made my editor like do a terrible job. Like the audio and the video would not match up, which makes it hard to edit, obviously. And then it's like whenever I download it, like to be prepared to put into YouTube, it's fine. But it's like in the editor, so that took up a lot of my time. So yeah, after this class, I'm definitely going to finish up with the input. Really, I'm not going to do much. I'm just going to finish the video I was watching and hopefully finish up that second half of Lebe podcast. And then I'm done for the night. I'm watching a little bit of my K-drama and I'm reading. So yeah, 1 minute into class, so I need to go. Grammar class is done. I am not proud of myself for how that went. You know, it wasn't even that it was terrible. I don't know. I have like a love-hate relationship with grammar. Like I definitely am not a person that hates it, but I also don't love it. And there's just some things that like we've definitely went over a few times and I feel like I still haven't gotten it. So I'm actually going to take some notes. I'm going to finish the video I was watching from earlier. That's supposed to be done. And then honestly, I'm locking into what I said I'm doing. I'm watching my K-drama, probably a little bit of it. And then I'm going to read myself to sleep.